Hi, my name is Chloe, and a while back I made a video where I ranked all the Warrior Cats books that were out at the time, and it's been a while since I made that video, but people seem to kind of be interested in what I had to say, which I was not expecting at all. So I'm gonna do the characters tier list that that moonkitti did. And it's gonna have my up-to-date opinions on characters. Some in my other video I had some choice opinions on some cats that I don't have anymore. So I'm pretty excited. This one has a lot of cats, which is good because I have opinions on a lot of cats. So I think I'll leave, I don't know, maybe I'll change them. Yeah, I'll change them. So I'll have all-time faves. I really like you. I like you. I don't care. I hate you. And that's good. Okay. So, let's get started with Alderheart. I love Alderheart. He is such a cutie. I wish he was written better. You're going to hear me say that about a lot of cats because Warrior Cats is poorly written. But I do really wish he was better written because he has a lot of personality. I like that he's anxious, and I like that he's bad at things, and I think it was interesting how he was kind of forced to become a medicine cat. That I will say, it is absolutely ridiculous that he didn't become ShadowClan's medicine cat. It was just the obvious direction to go. ShadowClan had no medicine cat. ThunderClan had 3. When I was reading the books, I was like, oh, that's why they have 3 medicine cats, because they're gonna get rid of one, and then they didn't. I know that a certain person kind of had an AU where that happened, but I don't like that person, and I don't think anyone does, so I'm going to take it for myself. And I'm going to reclaim Aldershadow, because I really think that would have been a cool way to go. I know that Tennille Flowers had one where Alderheart went to SkyClan, but I just think the ShadowClan one makes more sense. And then they don't have to force Puddleshine to be a medicine cat. Speaking of Puddleshine, I love Alderheart and Puddleshine as a ship. I think they love each other. I just love all of the current medicine cats so much. They're so cute. But yeah, I like Alderheart. I think he is cute. I think he is sweet. I think his personality is good, but I don't like how they kind of fucked it up as it went on. Like, in the beginning, you know, he had a pretty consistent way of thinking, but as the books go on, he just strays further and further from that, and then he's a completely different cat, which happens a lot to cats and warrior cats, especially as in the later 3 books, that'll happen to cats of an arc. So it just sucks. Next we have Ashford. Okay, I'm what a choice group of people would call an Ashford liker, because I like Ashford. I like him a whole lot. I think he is the best villain to grace warrior cats, because he's the only villain who has motivations that actually make sense. And I will stand by that, because none of the other cats have ever had goals that you can understand quite like Ashford. He's just so entertaining. Like, my favorite parts of the Broken Code were the parts where Ashford is in ShadowClan and he's trying to manipulate Shadowsight for a second time, and he gets close to doing it. It's just so funny. He's entertaining. I mean, I love his dialogue. I love how stupid he is. I don't know how to explain it. I just love him. And he's horrible. He's such a horrible guy. He sucks. But he's so stupid. He's so bad at being horrible. Like, he runs back to ThunderClan with his tail between his legs to get Leaffool because he can't go through with trying to kill Firestar. And then he could easily still kill the 3 because he knows that Squirrelfight loves them. But he's like, oh, nope, never mind. And it's great. And I love the broken code. I love that Ashford is the imposter. At first, I didn't know how I felt about it because I was worried that they were going to ruin Ashford, which is a character I really liked. But then they wrote him really well. He was probably the most consistent character in the broken code. He never had, like, moments where he felt out of character. Like, he always just felt just as stupid and evil as he's supposed to be. And it was lovely. And I loved all of the, like, weird things they did. Like when they tricked Ashford with, like, Squirrel Flight coming to pretend she wanted to be with him. Like, stuff like that was just cool. But I think Ashford's really cool. But I hate him. But I love him so much. He's the worst character in Warrior Cats, and I want to give him a big kiss. Barley. I like him. I like him a reasonable amount. He's just a funny, silly guy. I feel really bad for him in Greystripe's Vow. I got really sad when I was reading that when he's like, I miss Ravenpaw every day, every heartbeat, or something like that. It hurt me. He's just a cute guy. I like Barley. He had a sad backstory. He just deserves to rest in peace with Ravenpaw. So, I mean, I don't want to be like, I hope he dies, but, like, you get what I mean. Billy Storm. I don't hate Billy Storm, but I don't particularly like him. I guess I'll put him in I don't care. I mean, I'm almost done with Skyclan's Destiny. I'm literally on the last chapter. And, like, everything he has with Leaf Star, I just kind of hate it. And I'm a little biased because I absolutely adore Leaf Star. Spoilers for when I get to Leaf Star, but I love her so bad. So when I have Billy Storm here, it's just kind of like, man, Leaf Star is thinking about this stupid guy so much, and for what? She doesn't need to. Billy Storm is not worth it. I will guarantee you that. The amount of time she spends sad over Billy Storm is too much for a guy named Billy Storm. So, I mean, I guess as a character, he didn't do anything to offend me. It's just like his place in the story. I can't care. Black Star. I really don't care about Black Star. I haven't read Black Star's novella, and I really don't want to, because I just don't care about Black Star. So many people are really, really interested in Black Star, and I don't really understand why, because it's like, I get that he was, like, evil, and then he was leader for, like, ever, but I mean, the books never bother to do anything with that, so I know sometimes that can be, and even for me, sometimes when the books don't do something that I think they should have, or don't mention something that should have been mentioned, that can make me like a character. But for some reason with Black Star, that just never happened. I don't know. Maybe it's because he doesn't really have a lot of personality. Like, if there was, like, a shift in his demeanor, if that makes sense, I would have been interested to know what happened, but he just seems like the same guy the whole way through. And yeah, he doesn't really do much significant things as well for ShadowClan, so can't really care. Blue Star. I have a pretty complicated relationship with Blue Star, but I honestly think maybe I need an I don't like you category, because I hate you is too, some of these cats, it's too much for them. I don't like you. There we go. Okay, so I'll move Billy Storm down there. And then I'll put Blue Star. I don't like Blue Star because she's kind of a bitch. In Blue Star's prophecy, just, like, to the people around her, she's just mean. Like, I don't know if it's, like, a case of, unreliable narrator or whatever, But, like, she's just so unnecessarily rude to people. And as the books go on, you know, she's a fine leader, but then, you know, she starts to not do so hot in the latter half of Prophecies Begin, and she does some things like renames Brightheart to Lost Face, and I know she isn't in her right state of mind, but like still, it's just hard to write that one off. And in general, she's just not a very, like, she doesn't really have that many redeeming qualities. Like, she's cool in the beginning of the Prophecies Begin. If Blue Star's Prophecy didn't exist, I would like her. But Blue Star's Prophecy does exist, and it characterizes her as just kind of a horrible person, so I don't really like her. Bone. I don't care about Bone. What the hell? It's Bone. He's not a very important character. He's Bone. He's Scourge's bestie. They're boy besties. In my designs for them, I had canon that they have matching little pieces of fence wire stuck to their ears, like little earrings, because they're like little bad boys. It's cute. Boulder. You know what? I like Boulder. He's a funny guy. I like to think that he just kind of waltzed into Shadow Clan one day. Well, like, he did just kind of waltz into Shadow Clan one day and was like, hey guys, I'm a warrior now. He didn't even change his name. He was like the OG not changing his name. So, you know, I like him. He's just a guy. Brackenfur! I love Brackenfur. Wait. Do I want to put him in? I really like you, or I like you. I think I only like him enough to put him here. But I love Brackenfur to pieces. I just think that he is a swell little guy. I love my headcanons for Brackenfur. A headcanon that she's gender fluid and a lesbian. Because I love them so much. And I love his relationship with Sorrel Tail. I think they're cuties. I think Brackenfur, in general, is a cutie. I love background ThunderClan cats. You are going to be able to tell that pretty quickly. But yeah, I love him. Ramble Star. He's my least favorite warrior cat, and I don't like him at all. I have not liked him since I read Squirrel Flight's Hope. When I read Squirrel Flight's Hope, I wrote this really angry, long paragraph. It's still in my Google Docs somewhere, but I've hated him ever since I read that book. I just couldn't stand the way that he treated Squirrel Flight, the way that he treated Leaffool, the way that he treated everybody, the sisters. That book is just bad in general. It's so bad, but absolutely, Ramble Star is awful all the time. I didn't like him before Squirrel Flight's Hope, but before Squirrel Flight's Hope, I thought Ramble Star was boring. I thought he had no real personality. I never connected with his story or thought that his story was well written, and I was just kind of ignoring him. But then Squirrel Flight's Hope came out, and I can't stand this guy. Everything he does makes me mad. Everything he says makes me mad. I just hate him so much. And, like, it's not... I hate when people say that everyone started hating Ramble Star because of moonkitti. That's not what happened. People hate Ramble Star because they read Squirrel Flight's Hope, and he's terrible. I mean, she provides text evidence from that book about how he's terrible. I hate him so much. I could go on forever about all the reasons I hate Ramble Star, all the specific things he's done that have offended me, but I'm not gonna, because there's an hour-long moonkitti video that already does that, but she doesn't touch on a couple things that I don't like, so I'll just go in real quick. I don't like the way he treats his son. I think that Alderheart should have been given way longer to catch up with his sister. I think that the way Ramble Star treats him is absolutely terrible, and especially because a lot of Alderheart's traits remind me of autistic traits. I don't like to read about Ramble Star telling him he's worthless and sending him to the medicine den. And I hate how Ramble Star treats Squirrelfly, obviously. I hate how Ramble Star treats all of the people in his life, really. He's just a terrible guy. He's a terrible leader. He doesn't make good decisions at all. Every decision he makes actually hinders the plot, which is frustrating. I can't stand him. Moving on to Bristle. Bristle. I don't like him, but I don't like really, really aggressively dislike him like some people do. I'm gonna put it in I don't care, because I'm pretty neutral. I don't like him or the things he does, but I think he's, like, cool to read about, if that makes sense. Edgy teenage son. I like content about him. I'll say that, but I don't know if, like, as a character, he's really that compelling to me, so I'm gonna leave him there. Briarlight. I adore Briarlight. She is wonderful. She is a great cat. I love her relationship with Jay Feather so much. I love all the time she spends in the medicine den. I really, really will not, it's just so uncomfortable that they killed her off, and the timing of when they killed her off. But regardless of that, she as a character is just lovely, and I adore her. I wish that she had been given some kind of special role, but Warrior Cats is horridly ableist, so of course they didn't give her anything, but I like reading about, how Jay Feather would take her out to do exercises, and would, simulate her inside of the medicine den, and when Twig Kid and Alderpaw are in the medicine den, she's always there, and it was just lovely to read about. And I think she's just a great cat. And I really, really wish they hadn't killed her off, though I will say her death scene and subsequent vigil was heartbreaking. And it was pretty good writing for A Vision of Shadows. And it was just pretty sad. Brightheart. I like Brightheart. She's great. She's cute. She's the first series cat, so there's always going to be a little bit of fondness there for all of them. I like her. She's very sweet. I like to think that she and Cloudtail and Daisy love each other and kiss. I just think she's cool. I don't really have that much to say about Brightheart, really. She takes kind of a back seat after the first arc, but she's pretty great. Bristle Frost. I love Bristle Frost. I think most of you guys already know that I love Bristle Frost, but I'll explain why. So a lot of Bristle Frost, what makes her interesting to me, is stuff that I don't think the authors intended, but I don't care, because a lot of the time, the way that Bristle Frost acts is from an explicit need to have other people like her. And all the things she does are just based off of how much she wants other people to think highly of her. And she lives in this fantasy world in her head, and she prioritizes romance and mentor relationships. It's why she's so close with Rose Petal. It's why she is obsessed with the thought of being with Stemleaf romantically. It's why she clings to Ashford the moment that she feels down, and why she clings to Rootspring the moment she knows he likes her. Because the moment that she realizes that Rootspring views her highly and that Rootspring already likes her, suddenly that's when she decides she likes him, because she's insecure. And, I saw moonkitti describe it once as settling, and I guess you could put it like that, but I think it's more like she just wants people to like her, and she wants somebody to like her, and if it's not Stemleaf, it's the next person who displays romantic affection to her. And I think it's interesting how she has no self-worth whatsoever. All her self-esteem comes from the way other people are viewing her. For example, Stemleaf. When he's not into her romantically, it shatters her. She can't do anything. She says she wants to lay in her nest and never go out and patrol ever again, because Stemleaf doesn't like her. And Ashford, she starts following him and doing everything he says, and her relationships and her clan start failing because she's telling on people, and she doesn't care because she needs the validation from Ashford to keep herself going. And it's just like, God, it's so interesting. She is so interesting. All of her self-worth is from the way that other people perceive her. And I just think that's really, really interesting, because a lot of Warrior Cats characters don't really have complex personality traits like that, you know? And of course, her sacrifice was just, it was beautiful. The parallel of her introduction being saving Rootspring from drowning, to then her death being her drowning to save Rootspring again. It's heart-wrenching, but it's so good. She is just such a good character. She had some hiccups with her writing, but most of the time I would say she felt consistent, because, you know, a lot of people complain about how much she thought about Rootspring, and while I agree that I wish her personality from the books before would have been more shown in those periods of time, I also think that, like I said, she allows herself to be consumed by this fantasy of perfect romance and whatever in her head. So I think it does also, consistently with her character, make sense that she was just fully enamored with Rootspring for this period of time and didn't think about anything else. But God, I love Bristle Frost so much. She was the highlight, absolutely, of the Broken Code, besides maybe Ashford, and I really like her. Broken Star. I don't care about Broken Star at all. He's actually one of the least interesting villains to me. I don't know why. I know some people are really captivated by him, and like his thing with Yellowfang, and I adore Yellowfang, but I just can't care about Broken Star. I don't know why. I've read Yellowfang's Secret, but I still can't care. I mean, it was kind of cool that he was like the first villain even before Tiger Star, but he didn't really do much. Like, after the first book, and then when did he have his thing, the fourth book? I don't know, I don't remember. Yeah, I never really cared much for him, and he doesn't really do anything after. I guess he trains Breezepelt, if I remember correctly, but like I said, I don't really care about Breezepelt either. Oh look, they're next to each other. So I don't really have much to say about Broken Star. Brooke, I love Brooke. She is great. I really like in the Power of Three, when she and Stormfur are staying in ThunderClan, she has this like talk with Hollyleaf about gender roles, and it's really funny, but I love it, because Hollyleaf is asking her like how it is in the tribe, because she's worried that she can't be a leader because she's a girl, and girls are expected to have kittens, and she doesn't want kittens. And Brooke is like, oh, well, in the tribe, your role is decided at birth. And Holly's like, oh my god, I wish it was like that here. Which, okay. This is not related to Brooke, but while I'm on the topic, before I forget, I just want to say it quickly. When I was reading that, I thought in my brain about a Holly Star AU, where, because she wants to prevent other cats from feeling that, she makes it so that the clans actually are more like the tribe, or ThunderClan, excuse me. She makes it so ThunderClan operates more like the tribe, and that medicine cats and deputies and such are decided from birth. And I think that's an interesting AU to think about, because it's interesting. But anyway, moving on. Cinderheart. Cinderheart. I mean, I don't want to put her in I don't care, because I love her, but like, I don't love her. I guess I'll put her in I like you, because I think she's okay. And I really like her, and I like to think that Lineblaze and Hollyleaf both have a crush on her, and they're like competing to get her attention, and she's just like in the middle of it. And I also like that she's friends with Jayfeather, because I just imagine her being like, do you think Hollyleaf is into me? And Jayfeather's like, oh my god, you're so dense. And it's really funny. Obviously this is all I made this all up. But you know what? That's okay. I make up a lot of things about warrior cats, and you can't stop me. Cinderpelt. I really, really like Cinderpelt. She is lovely. She's just so great to read about. Her enthusiasm is just contagious. Reading about her makes me smile. She probably has like some like, okay, a lot of things in Warrior Cats are ableist, and some things about her story are, but for the most part, they're pretty positive about her injury, so I can appreciate that. And I just like how she, I just like how you can tell she's happy with her new choice, you know? Like, it would have been so easy to make her sad being a medicine cat and make her do these one-offs, like, I really wish I could still be a warrior, Fireheart, but, like, she's really excited to pursue the path of a medicine cat, and she's always talking about how she wants to provide for her clan in this way, and her relationship with Yellowfang is just adorable. I hate, though, that, like, they kind of canonize it in the new prophecy that she can't read signs because she wasn't meant to be a medicine cat. I think that's really stupid. Like, it's just, I don't think that should be how it works, but StarClan is StarClan, and they're gonna do whatever they want, so. I guess it can't be helped, but I also hate how she dies. I hate that whole sequence where, like, they tell her she's gonna die. That's just ridiculous. And then when they stick her inside of Cinderheart, it's just, they should have just let her rest. Like, there was no point for the reincarnation. It goes literally nowhere. Oh, I've been talking so much, I need water. But yeah, a lot of the stuff with Cinderpelt, when it comes to her death, was just, But her as a character, I don't want to take any points away from her just because I don't like how she dies. So, I love you, Cinderpelt. She's great. I have not read Dawn of the Clans, so I'm going to skip all the Dawn of the Clans ones. I'm sorry. Cloudstar. I don't really care about this guy. He was leader of SkyClan when they got kicked out. He had, like, a wife that he had to abandon. Sucks for him, but he didn't really have much of a personality. He just kind of... the only appearances I think he has is when he, in SkyClan's, or not SkyClan's, Firestar's quest, when he's like, please, rebuild my clan, please, we're gonna die without you. But, yeah, besides that, he doesn't really have much going for him. Cloudtail! I love Cloudtail. I just think he's funny. I think he's a cute guy. I think he's sweet. I like him and Cloudtail and Daisy being together, and, you know, he's just kind of a classic. He's a big, fluffy dude. He's kind of a bitch, but, like, that's what we like about him. He just causes problems in the first arc, and honestly, good for him. He should keep doing that. He's a little bastard, but I think that's why we love Cloudtail. And, you know, as he gets older, he's a little less of a bastard and more of just like a friendly uncle. And I think that is very sweet. Crag. I don't care at all about Crag. I don't really care about any of the tribe cats because the books never really take the time to flesh them out at all, and we all know why that is. But, yeah, I can't say I really care about Crag or Eagle's Nest. So, moving on. Crooked Star. I like Crooked Star. He's alright. I mean, I don't have a lot of outstanding opinions on Crooked Star. I think he's just... he's Crooked Star. I mean, I feel bad for him for being renamed Crooked Star. That was pretty cruel. Obviously, no one likes Rainflower, so... But, do I have anything really to say about Crooked Star? I don't like Maple Shades, so I didn't really like Crooked Star's Promise. It just felt long. And there's, like, a whole portion at the beginning where he, like, runs away to a farm, and it doesn't affect anything, if I remember correctly. I might not be, because I read this in elementary school, but, like, I swear nothing came of that. But, like, I mean, I guess I liked him in, what's her name, Willow Breeze. And he did give birth to Silverstream, and I like Silverstream. She's a bitch. Okay, I'm spoiling my opinions on other cats right now. Whoops. Anyway. Crooked Star. He's alright. I don't have much else to say about him. Crow Feather. You know, I like Crow Feather. I like him. You know, I like him. I used to not like Crow Feather because I didn't like Leaffool, and I kind of hated them both for what they did. But I've like gotten over that, and now I just kind of think it's funny that he's like this emo guy. And I feel pretty bad for him because he just lets grief take him over, and he never gets over his lost loves ever. And it's just pretty sad to see how he's hurting for pretty much his whole life. I don't like him and Leaffool together still. And I especially don't like him with Nightcloud. Good God, she's terrible to him. She is absolutely abusive. But, I guess my opinion on Crow Feather is that he's an alright guy. But, I don't want him to become leader. I don't want Crow Star after Hair Star, please. Crow Star would not. No. We gotta kill him off. Darkstripe. I like Darkstripe. I think he is funny. I think he's also very gay, and it's so, like, coded in the books that he is gay, and it's really funny. He's just, like, I love how undyingly loyal he is to Tiger Star, even beyond the grave. Like, it's just so funny. Like, beyond the grave for Tiger Star. And also for him, actually, because, you know, they die. But, like, even when Tiger Star is dead, like, spotted leafed, he's still just madly in love with him. There's no other way to put it. And it's really funny. And also, I liked the scene that Firestar and Darkstripe had in the most recent book. That was funny. Yeah, he's a silly guy. I like him. Darktail. That's Darktail? I always thought that was Batshine. Whatever. I'm gonna put him in I don't like you, because I don't really like Darktail as a villain. Like, a lot of people have said that they felt really scared of him, or whatever, but, I never felt that. Like, I felt the sense of danger and hopelessness, but I never thought Darktail, the guy, was, like, all that interesting or scary. I thought it was more the circumstances, and I've always been more interested in, like, the characters of our protagonists rather than the character of the villain, if that makes sense. Like, in A Vision of Shadows, most of the time I was thinking about how interesting it is that we have a child that was neglected and grew up in this horrible environment, that being Violetshine. And I think that was really interesting, and I liked exploring her trauma, like, when she gets in a battle and her response is vomiting. I always thought that was so interesting, that, like, we have this warrior cat that is so traumatized she vomits at the sight of blood. Like, that is so cool, and they never do anything with it, obviously. But, I like Darktail's reign, and, like, everything he caused, and, of course, I love One Star and Darktail's death scene. That's incredible. But besides that, he's just not very captivating, if that makes sense. I'm going to check that it's still recording. Yep, okay. Moving right along. Dovewing! I love Wing Dovewing. I think we all should. I just think she's really cute, really interesting. I know that, I sound like moonkitti, but, like, Dovewing Silence is seriously a great book. And she's a great cat. Her power has always resonated with me, with, like, how she gets overstimulated and how she doesn't understand her place in the world. She was born and told she was part of this special prophecy. And, I mean, she was a baby. What the hell does she know about that? And then her sister just starts punishing her for being favored by, you know, like, Firestar and Jayfeather and Lineblaze, and she doesn't have any control over that. She never does anything to purposefully hurt Ivypool, and yet she's shut out by her sister because of it. And I just think it's interesting. I just like to imagine how she's coping with all of that, with how her only sibling is upset with her for something out of her control, and how these older cats are looking at her and expecting her to be something that she doesn't think she can be. It's an interesting character trait, and I think she had a very interesting arc. and I wish that her powers had come in usefulness, like, more often. I think that would have helped her character a little bit, because her powers kind of don't really do anything, especially in the final battle. Like, they don't do anything at all. But I do think she's quite great. I love Dumbwing. I love her character, her personality, and her eyes are green. Duskpelt. I don't care about Duskpelt. I don't dislike him, but I don't care about him. He builds dens. Good for Duskpelt. What else? Yep, I've got nothing. I like him. I mean, I guess I like him. Not enough to put him in I like you, though. Echo Song. I really like Echo Song. I just think she's sweet. I like her friendship with Leaf Star. I like how she's kind of sassy. Like, when she wants things from Leaf Star, she'll, like, sass her. And Leaf Star will be like, why is Echo Song talking to me like that? But she never says anything like, don't talk to me like that, Echo Song. It's like, she has this, like, power over people. She's like your scolding aunt. And it's great. And also, she's just cute. She's sweet. She's nice. Oh no, I just like Echo Song. I don't need to justify myself. I love Echo Song. Fallen Leaves. I like Fallen Leaves. He doesn't really do all that much, but I like Fallen Leaves. I like his friendship with Hollyleaf. And yes, friendship. They were not mates. I don't care what the Warriors website says. They were not mates. But yeah, he's a cutie. I feel like Hollyleaf views him as like a big brother. So that's sweet. It's nice that he helped her out during that time. It's pretty sad what happened to him though. Like, reading when Feather tries to guide him out of the tunnels and he drowns, it was pretty intense for warrior cats. Like, it was so sad. So yeah, I think he's a sad little fellow, poor guy. That's all. Feathertail. I really like Feathertail. A Shadow in River Clan is just a fantastic book. If you have not read it, you have to. It's so good. I love how she just shuts out the rest of her clan. She's rightfully hurt that they just want to overlook the fact that their leaders sat back and allowed her to die, and her brother. Like, they just swept that one under the rug. Like, yep, sorry about that one, Feathertail. And it's interesting to see a character actually, have that resentment from bad things that have happened to them in the past, and how, her brother, the parallel of her brother fitting right into River Clan and her not. It's really interesting. And also, I hate Leopard Star. I have not read Leopard Star's Honor, and I don't really want to, because Shadow and River Clan made me kind of hate Leopard Star. I already didn't really like her anyway, because she wasn't a very good leader. And, she picked fights and was mean. And, never really looked for that warrior cat leader. But, yeah, I got off topic. I love Feathertail. I think she's great. And also, she's a lesbian, because I said so. Feather Whisker, he's cute. Do I care about Feather Whisker? Yeah, I'll put him in I Like You, because I think he had kind of a unique role with, like, having to take over for Goose Feather and whatever. But I don't really have much to say about him. I just like him. He's kind of silly. I feel like he's like an anxious little boy. Kind of like the original Alderheart, if you will. Finley. I hate Finley. We all know why I hate Finley, but I'll say it anyway, because he is very horrible to Twig Branch and pressures her into wanting to have children when she does not want to have children, which is obviously wrong on so many levels. I don't really have to explain this, I don't think, to people. Finley was just a terrible guy, and I wish that Twig Branch would divorce him. Firestar. I really like Firestar, because of course I really like Firestar. He's the original warrior cat. He's caring, he's kind, he's a great guy. He's a cutie. We all love Firestar. I love Firestar. I don't have much more to say about Firestar except for that I love Firestar. Flametail, I love Flametail so much. I don't even have a reason. I don't need to tell you why. I just love Flametail. I love art of him. I love his chapters and Night Whispers. I just love Flametail. He's such a little boy. I love Flametail, Tawnypelt, and Tigerheart Star. But Flametail is just a cutie. He's a great guy. I really, really wish he would have lived, but his death was really, really, really impactful, I think. In a series where there were not a lot of deaths, that being Omen of the Stars, his really stood out. So I just like him. He's cute. He's real cute. I loved reading from his perspective. I wish we would get like a Flametail novella or like a Tawnypelt novella, something, anything. Actually, I think a Tawnypelt novella would be cool. Like her point of view and like acceptance of Flametail's death. I think that would be interesting. Anyway, Goose Feather. I like Goose Feather. The authors did him really dirty, though. It is absolutely ridiculous. That this is a problem I have with Goose Feather and Yellowfang. That StarClan just gives them this power for zero reason, and it severely impacts their ability to live life how they want to. And they can't do anything about it. Like, there's just nothing they can do about it. In both cases, they're forced to become a medicine cat. And in Goose Feather's case, he's forced to become a medicine cat 2 moons early, which earns him his sister's resentment for something out of his control. And additionally, his powers make him miserable. He can't change anything about the things he's learning. They are long beyond his lifespan. And yet, he's being told all this information anyway. Why? There's no reason why. They don't tell us why. It's ridiculous. And it's unfair to Goose Feather. And it's unfortunate. And I don't really like Goose Feather's curse, you can probably tell. Even the name, like, at least Goose Feathers says it like it is. Goose Feather's curse. It is a curse. Why is he cursed? Who the hell knows? They don't explain it. But Yellowfang's is called a power, which, no, it is also a curse. It's Yellowfang's curse. They should have called that book Yellowfang's Curse. They could be 20. Let's see. Greystripe. I don't like Greystripe. I'm sorry. I mean, I want to like Greystripe, but also, he's just kind of an irresponsible dude. And the more that he's irresponsible, the more that reading about him just makes me go like, ugh. And also Greystripe's vow was, he was definitely, not the star of that book. I will tell you that. And, I don't like how in this recent arc, he's treated as, like, kitty cat fucking Jesus. Like, for some reason, every time someone looks at them, they get this pang of, like, oh, I'm in the presence of a great warrior. It's okay, it's Greystripe, relax. You don't even know this guy. Like, Shadowsight is like, whoa, Greystripe of ThunderClan. It's like, why do you care about Greystripe of ThunderClan? You are Shadowsight of ShadowClan. And, like, Rootspring is like, oh, Greystripe, a noble warrior. SkyClan has no fucking idea who Greystripe is. There is no reason for Rootspring to have such a high level of, like, astonishment to be in the presence of this ThunderClan elder. It's ridiculous. But, yeah. As a character, I just don't really like Greystripe. But, oh well. Hawkfrost, I hate Hawkfrost. He emotionally manipulates Mothwing, and that is just kind of not a great thing, in my humble opinion. Yeah, not really a fan of Hawkfrost. I don't like him as a villain either. I mean, I kind of like his, like, manipulation thing, but that does not save him at all for everything else wrong with him. Just, like, there are some villains where, like, I'll take Ashford, for example. When Ashford is manipulative, I find it intriguing because, you know, obviously it's recognized as bad. He's demonized and then punished for it with death. But with Hawkfrost, you know, no one really knows about all of Mothwing's suffering. She doesn't really get a chance to tell anyone, and that's really sad to me, because he just, there's a scene and it stuck with me in Mothwing's Secret where she's thinking about how Hawkfrost is blackmailing her, and she describes the pain she feels as heavy paws pushing on her chest to know that he could just at any moment tell people about the truth of the sign he faked. And that just makes me so sad, especially as someone who's been manipulated in that way. It's a very personal thing for me. Just reading that made me very sad for Mothwing, and just made me hate Hawkfrost. So I don't like Hawkfrost. I don't really like this guy. And it's kind of strange. A lot of the fandom really likes him, and I think I'm just very personally biased because, like I said, Mothwing's story really resonates with me personally because of what I've experienced. So I think that might be it. So I don't mind it when people like Hawkfrost, but it's just like, can't get behind him. I don't really like Tiger clones. You'll notice that. Half Moon. I don't care about Half Moon. I don't care about Jay Feather's tribe romance. I disregard all of that as not canon because I don't think Jay Feather and Half Moon should have ever been a thing. And that's kind of it. I don't care about Half Moon at all. So yeah, moving right along. Hawkwing! I like Hawkwing. He's a silly guy. He's a funny guy. He's a himbo. I like him. He's stupid, but like, that's why we love Hawkwing. I just think that he is silly. I love it when cats are silly in this series. He's a cute boy. I like him. That's really all I can say about him. I don't have like really definite opinions on him. I just think he's cute. Heathertail. I like Heathertail. I wish that she and Lion Blaze had stayed together. I think that would have made for a much more interesting plot. I don't like that she's with Breeze Pelt, but besides that, I think she's just a cute character. I like her scenes with Lion Blaze in early Power of 3. I think she's kind of a girl boss. I like that she's the leader of Dark Clan, and Lion Blaze is the deputy. That's how it should be. Hollyleaf. I really, really like Hollyleaf. She is a great cat. I love the 3 so much. I just, the 3 are my favorite set of protagonists. Actually, I think I'm going to bump Hollyleaf up. I really think she's very interesting because a lot of her, a astounding amount of her arc is just spent pondering her ambitions. Like, at the beginning, she wants to be a medicine cat because she wants to be powerful in the clan. But she learns pretty quickly that being a medicine cat isn't her bread and butter. So she switches places with her brother and becomes a warrior apprentice. And the whole time she's a warrior apprentice, she's thinking about how she wants to be a leader. And one of her main, conflicts is that she's concerned that she can't be leader because she's a she-cat. And it's interesting to think about because if you think about it, when she was born, the leader and deputy are both males. She's never seen a female, in power in the clan. So she has this scene where she asks Squirrel Flight if it's weird that she doesn't want to have kids. And Squirrel Flight tells her that she'll want to have kids eventually, and Hollyleaf is like, fat chance. And I think that's really interesting. I like that, I just think it's interesting how so much of her story is her thinking about gender roles and really challenging the misogyny that's kind of rooted in Warrior Cat's clan culture. And of course, besides that, I just like her personality. She's very bossy. She gets what she wants. She does what she wants when she wants. But at the same time, she's such a hypocrite. One of my favorite things of all time is the scene where Hollyleaf goes to River Clan. She goes to River Clan because she wants to figure out what's going on with them because she's worried that Wind Clan is going to have a battle with Thunder Clan, and it's a whole thing. But basically, she goes to River Clan, and while she is in River Clan, she complains to Willowpaw about Lion Blaze. And she's like, Lionpaw has been sneaking out to see a Wind Clan cat. Can you believe that? And she's on RiverClan territory. It's wonderful. I love Hollypaw so much. I love Hollyleaf so much as well. It really makes me mad that they killed her off and brought her back, though. I wish that she had either stayed dead or stayed alive, especially because when they bring her back, they kill her off a book later. That's absolutely absurd. It's ridiculous. There was no reason for that to happen at all. But, besides that, I think she's great. I love when she, has her little freak out and snaps, and she, kills Ashford and runs away. It's crushed by a metric ton of rocks. You know the deal. Sometimes that's just how it is. But I do love her. I love her to pieces. And I think she was a great protagonist. Ivypool. I really like Ivypool. I think she's silly. I like her, teenage angst with, with Dubwing. And then I like watching her mature as she starts to spy. And I have a thing for characters that go through traumatic events and then are traumatized, because I can resonate with that. So I love Ivypool. I love her. I love the trauma, and I love how when she gets out of it, she still has this leftover angst about her, if that's the right word. I also love how she's a badass. She takes what she wants. She says what she thinks. She tells Tigerheart he's a moron. It's pretty great. She actually scratches his muzzle one time because she's so mad at him. It's my favorite part of Tigerheart's shadow. It's great. And I love all her scenes with Bristle Frost in, I forget the name of the book, but the 5th book of The Broken Code. I love those. I love Ivypool. I think she's just very cool. Silent, badass type, that sort of deal. She's great. Jayfeather, one of my favorites. I love him very, very much. Like I said, the 3 are my favorite set of protagonists, and Jayfeather's my favorite out of the 3. He's just so... Everything about him is just great. I love his personality. I love the way he interacts with other people. I love the way he thinks inside his head. I love his story. I love that, as time goes on, he's still Jayfeather, Every book, he's still Jayfeather. I really love the bonus scene in Lost Stars where the medicine cats kind of gather around to try and help him be less depressed. It's very sweet. I just think that Jayfeather's personality and his, his, what's the word? Oh my god, I cannot think of the word. Okay, the way he interacts with other people, there's a word for it, but I can't think of it. But the way he interacts with other people is just very unique. A lot of people have said this, obviously, but he's just, his personality is very unique, and it makes him more fun to read about than other cats. And I really hate that he is forced to become a medicine cat. I would have liked it better if he wanted to be a medicine cat. And, he allows Hollyleaf to have the position and whatever. It rubs me the wrong way every time I read about Spotted Leaf, telling him he has no choice. It's just terrible. And then Leafpool has the audacity to say something like, you chose to be a medicine cat. And then when Jayfeather is like, no, I didn't, she doesn't care. And it's just kind of sad to read about, because you just feel for him, because he's frustrated and you're frustrated, because why did StarClan force him to make this life decision? Who knows? It's StarClan, they suck. And I like how Jayfeather kind of knows that StarClan sucks. I love every time he calls him out, it's great. But, yeah, he is a lovely guy. I love reading about him. I love how every time someone comments on, his disability, he'll say something mean and snarky, yeah. That's deserved. He should do that. There's a scene, I think, where Kestrel Flight is what's it like not being able to see or something? And Jayfeather is like, I can feel his whiskers. I could tear one off right now. It's just so funny. But also I like how there's more like philosophical parts about just about having a disability. Like, there's a time where Cinderheart asks him what's it like not being able to see, and his response is, what's it like being able to see? Stuff like that. It's just, I like little character moments like that in Warrior Cats. I cling to them. I cherish them. There are small moments where these books are written nicely, and I will cling to those. Leaffool. Okay, so anyone who watched my last video knows that I used to really, really dislike Leaffool. But that has changed. I don't really, really dislike Leaffool. I used to not like her because I read Leaffool's Wish and was absolutely horrified by her characterization. Because in that book, she is characterized as a terrible person. And if Leaffool's Wish was all we had of Leaffool, then she would still be in the I hate you category. But the thing is, every single other book that she has appeared in, she is not like that at all. That lone book is the only, hold on, excuse me, I gotta drink water again. A lot of talking. That lone book is the only example of that kind of character for her. In every other instance, she is sweet and caring, and a great medicine cat, and especially in Squirrelflight's Hope, when she's, giving advice to Squirrelflight and standing up for Squirrelflight directly against Ramble Star. Those are really great character moments for her, and I really enjoyed her in that book. That book was actually what convinced me to reconsider my opinions on Leaffool, because I feel like it's unfair to base my entire opinion around one out-of-character appearance, as egregious as it was. So I've come to the conclusion to just make Leaffool's Wish not canon, because it really does just make more sense for Squirrelflight to volunteer. It fits her character. She would do that for her sister because she loves her sister. And it would make sense for Leaffool as well, because I don't think Leaffool, the character we see in the New Prophecy, would have ever asked something like that of Squirrelflight without her volunteering. So, but Leaffool as a character, I like her. Like I said, I think she's very kind, very sweet, very gentle. Although she's very ableist in the Power of Three series, which I don't appreciate. I think that's just the author's ableism shining through, so I won't really hold it too much against her. But like I said, I do wish she had been nicer to Jay Feather, because a lot of the things she said to him were uncalled for. I'm gonna cough into the microphone, and I'm gonna hopefully remove this when I edit it. Oh my god. Okay. Warrior Cats is killing me. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled Warrior Cats. Sorry, I just had a really bad coughing fit directly into the microphone. What was I talking about? Jay Feather. I love him. Oh no, not Jay Feather, excuse me, Leaffool. So, yeah, that's my opinion on Leaffool. I like her. I think she's great. Most of the time, she's great. But yeah. Leaf Star. I love Leaf Star. I really like Leaf Star. She's one of my favorite leaders of all time. She's just great. I say that about a lot of cats. They're just great. But, like, she really is. She's such a girl boss. She doesn't take anyone's shit, and it's great. She's the motherfucking leader of Sky Clan, and if you're wasting her time, she's done with you. And it's fantastic. She is a lovely leader. She's a great leader. I love reading, and this is words no one has ever said before. I loved reading Sky Clan's Destiny, just because I like her point of view. Nothing was happening in that book. It was so boring. But I just like Leaf Star. So even reading about her doing mundane things like playing with kittens and going on patrols, it's just really interesting. And the struggle within Sky Clan of like the Daylight Warriors versus the normal warriors. I liked the way that she dealt with that. I liked being in the mind of a leader, just rationally dealing with clan politics. It was just interesting to be in the mind of a leader like that. And I really like her personality. Like I said, I like that she, holds her ground. I like that she's not stupid. She makes sound decisions, in my opinion. She's also a compassionate leader. The only thing I don't like is how hung up she gets over Billy Storm for no reason. It's Billy Storm. Who cares? I also like that she has like a consistent pattern of naming people after people. Like I think that's an interesting tidbit that a lot of people have pointed out. It's like cool seeing a leader with like a naming pattern. Leopard Star. I don't like Leopard Star because she just, first of all, she's a bitch, and second of all, she's never really held accountable for what she did to Feathertail and Stormfur, which doesn't really sit right with me because she literally almost got them killed in front of her entire clan. So it's a little bit of a yikes moment. Definitely not a fan of Leopard Star. I haven't read Leopard Star's Honor, but I don't really want to. Like, the egregious failures in the allegiances have just turned me off, really. I don't even know if it's worth it. I mean, maybe I'll check it out eventually, but for now, I'm not interested. Lion Blaze. I like Lion Blaze. He's funny. He kills people because he just feels like it. He's in a silly, goofy mood. Just gonna kill, what's her name? Russet Fur. Just silly, goofy mood. Just gonna kill Hairstar just because I feel like it. But he doesn't really have a lot of personality, so I won't really bump him up to any of these categories, even though I do love the three. I love how he bounces off of Hollyleaf and Jay Feather, but I don't like him on his own. He doesn't really stand well on his own. He's kind of a cardboard box on his own. Especially in Omen of the Stars. I cannot stand him in Omen of the Stars. This is why I said that I wish that his relationship with Heathertail had actually culminated in something, because that would make him interesting in any capacity, but it didn't, so he's not. Little Cloud. I can't say I care about Little Cloud, but I don't have anything against him. He's a cute guy. He's a little Shadow Clan medicine cat. He was medicine cat for a long time. That's pretty. He lost an apprentice as well. Most medicine cats don't lose their apprentice before they die, so that's an interesting thing about him. But besides that, I don't really have anything for you. He's just Little Cloud. Longtail. I like Longtail. I like him when he's old and blind and just hanging out. I don't really care for him much in the Prophecies Begin. I don't really have much to say about him either. I just think he's cute. I always envisioned him the way that SSS Warrior Cats drew him. And like none of the other cats, it was only him that stuck. Maple Shade. I hate Maple Shade. She is a poorly written villain, and I hate that people like her so much because they really should not. Because there is not really anything to like. I don't understand how people can find her a compelling character, because she's not. She sucks. She is terrible. Like, as in terribly written, and she's a shit person. Maple Shade's Vengeance is just a terrible book in general. It's... If that story wanted to succeed, it would have had to have been a super edition, like detailing Maple Shade meeting Apple Dusk and gradually seeing like hints that he's cheating and establishing the characters of Frecklewish and Ravenwing and Oakstar more. It would have had to really flesh it out. The novella is rushed and none of it feels right. And Maple Shade is a dumbass. And like, why would she think that RiverClan would accept her? I understand that bad things happened to her, but like, they had no reason to. They really didn't. I'm not saying the things that happened to her were okay. Like, I don't think Oakstar should have exiled her, or especially her 3 kits. He should not have done that. He was a terrible person. But still, Mapleshade was also an idiot for thinking her small children could cross the river that she was told, like, days previously was flooded and not safe to cross. So, yeah, I don't like Mapleshade. Millie. I don't like Millie either. Millie is ableist, and she's just a frustrating character to read about. I really, really am made uncomfortable by the way that she treats both Blossomfall and Briarlight. I don't like people who make the argument that Blossomfall was a grown adult woman, because there's a scene where Blossomfall asks Ivypool, completely genuinely, if Millie would care if Blossomfall died. And that is something that runs deeper than just Millie is currently paying more attention to Briarlight. Something is really wrong there. And because of that, I don't like Millie. I also don't like Millie because she's just generally kind of an annoying character to read about. That's kind of all I have to say. I just don't like Millie. Greystripe has kind of not that great taste in women. Misty Star. I hate Misty Star too. I hate the way that she acts in the Broken Code. It's absolutely ridiculous and absurd. And I hate the way she treats Mothwing in both the Broken Code and in Misty Star's Omen. Misty Star has just always had something out for Mothwing, which is weird because she was Mothwing's mentor when Mothwing was a warrior before she became a medicine cat. So I don't understand, like, what happened there, but clearly something did, because Misty Star has just time and time again disrespected Mothwing. And, you know, I'm a little biased because Mothwing is my favorite cat in the whole series, but still, it's not just Mothwing that she's unfair to as well. It's Icewing, I think, and I don't remember the other cat's name. I think it's like Dapple Cone. Oh god, I'd probably sound really stupid. But trust me, there's a cat that's along with Icewing that she's unfair to. And I cannot wait for her to die in River. Like, I know she will. That's about it. I guess that's all I really have to say about Misty Star. I think she's a stupid cat. I think she's unfair. And I don't like her. Mothlight. I know I haven't read Dawn of the Clans, but I know some things about Mothlight. And I really like her. I think she's cute. I like that she, I think someone said she has ADHD. I think it might have been Kate. Don't quote me on that. Maybe I found that somewhere and I'm mistaking it, but when I was a kid, at least, I saw somewhere that she has ADHD, and I've always known that to be canon ever since, even if maybe it's not. But, that makes me happy. And I like her. I think she's cute. Sorry about the water noises. Anyway, she is definitely not cute in Squirrelfly Taupe, I will tell you that. But, in her appearances beside that, I think she's pretty great. I think she's a cutie. I think that her personality is nice. And I own Mothlight's Vision. I just have not read it, but I will. And now for my favorite cat in all of Warrior Cats, Mothwing. She gets to go in the front because she's my favorite. But yes, Mothwing. She is the absolute love of my life. I adore this cat so much. She is so perfect. She's wonderful. And, oh my god, hold on. Okay, had another coughing fit. Don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, Mothwing. I love her so much. I like the whole concept of Mothwing. That being a medicine cat who doesn't believe in StarClan. Because StarClan is stupid. And for someone to point that out in canon, is refreshing. And Mothwing does that all the time, especially in the Broken Code, which is lovely. And I also like how we can see Mothwing grow as a person. When someone mistreats her in the beginning of her life, that being Hawkfrost, he takes advantage of her and manipulates her. She takes it. She stands there. Excuse me, I just burped a little bit. She stands there and she takes it. But when Misty Star, for the first time, tries to demote her from being a medicine cat, she gives this speech about standing up for yourself and whatnot. And it's sweet to see how she overcame and went through the trauma that Hawkfrost put her through and is now able to stand up for herself. I think that's very, that resonated with me a lot when I read it as a child. And I also just like her personality, how she's kind of like cool, level-headed, smart, funny. I love how impossibly in love with her Leaffool was. I'm a huge Mothpool shipper. I love them together. I think they're so cute. And I really just like Mothwing as a character. I like reading about her. I like seeing her interact with people, and I like her opinion on StarClan. And I just like that she's a talented medicine cat, despite her beliefs not lining up with other cats, and I like it when other cats still respect her. Although I don't like how she was written in the latter half of the Broken Code, but I don't think anyone did. And I think we're all just kind of collectively agreeing that that's out of character for her. Mudclaw. I don't like Mudclaw. I haven't read his novella, his graphic novel. But I never liked him as a villain, really. Like, his stuff in the books was just never that interesting. I was more interested as a child in the love triangles the love romances going on, rather than anything with Mudclaw. He's just really not the standout thing of his arc, so not much to say. Needletail, she is one of my favorites. I adore her. I've always been really, really interested in like her sacrifice and her, what she goes through. Like, she's a cat that feels outcast from her clan because as a child she nearly died and no one came to save her. She was saved by a tree. And I like that. She has that resentment for the cats around her, and she projects that onto Violet Shine, and it's interesting. Although I do love her and Violet Shine so much. They're so cute. And just like the way that she craves such a dysfunctional way of life. It's just a testament to how hurt she is and how affected she is by her upbringing. And it's really interesting. Just the whole concept of like the anarchy and the rebel kids taking over ShadowClan. It was just a really interesting concept, and I really like what they did with it. And I just like Needletail. I love her sacrifice. I think everyone loves Needletail's death. It's probably the absolute greatest part of A Vision of Shadows. I think everyone can agree on that. And I got really excited when I got to see her in The Broken Code. And she's still feisty as ever, and her reunion with Violet Shine was really, really cute. But I think that's about all I have to say about Needletail. She's a cool girl. I really like her characterization, especially in The Apprentice's Quest, when she follows Alderheart and the gang to SkyClan. And when she's there the whole time, she's like, oh, we should just stay here forever. And they're like, maybe not. It's just funny. Also, I really wish that she and Alderheart had had some kind of romantic, some sort of romance there, because I really think that they had chemistry. And Needletail and Rain did not have chemistry. And as much as I love Alderheart and Velvet, I think that Alderheart and Needletail would have been cooler. And like I said, I think Alderheart should have become ShadowClan's medicine cat. So I think it would have been interesting for him to be with Needletail again. But I digress. Nightcloud, I hate Nightcloud. She's abusive. She sinks her claws into Crowfeather's back because she's angry at him, and I don't care what you tell me, that is not okay. I don't really have opinions on her parenting with Bristle Frost. I mean, some people say she was a great mom to him, some people say she abused him. I mean, I think she coddled him, but, like, I think she was, like, an okay mom. It's just what she did to Crowfeather that wasn't okay. I haven't read Crowfeather's trial, so I don't know, maybe that's resolved, but I don't care. Moving right along, Night Star. I don't give a fuck about Night Star. He did not do anything even remotely important, but, like, cool. Good for you, Night Star. I don't hate him either. One Star, I don't like One Star. He's kind of a dumbass, but, like, not in an affectionate way. Not much to say about One Star. He's mean and rude, and he never really redeems himself in any way. He just kind of dies, and it's a cool death scene, but yeah, he's just kind of an ass. Pebbleshine. I like Pebbleshine. She's sweet. She doesn't have a whole lot of, like, personality beyond, like, nice female warrior cat, but she's still nice. Pine Star. I think he's really interesting. I would also run away if I was Pine Star, so, like, cool for him. It's kind of fucked up that StarClan, like, repeatedly tried to get him to murder his own son. Would have solved a lot of problems, but he didn't. So good dad. Yeah, I don't mind Pine Star. I think he's cool. I liked his novella. I liked how he, like, slowly befriended kitty pets before he decided to become one. What's her name? Crystal? I like his friendship with Crystal. It's cute. Princess! I like Princess. I don't think anyone dislikes Princess. She's nice. She doesn't really do much, and she's gone by the second arc, so I don't have much to say about her, but her relationship with Fireheart in the Prophecies Begin is sweet. And going to see her, I always enjoyed reading about that when I was a kid, so I have that kind of fond memory for her. Ragged Star. I hate Ragged Star. He is very unfair to Yellowfang and gets unreasonably angry with her for circumstances out of her control. That's a thing that men do in this book series, and I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like men. I don't like Ragged Star. Moving right along. Ravenpaw! I love Ravenpaw. He is so cute. He is so cute. He is a silly boy. Like I said, I have a soft spot for characters who have endured trauma and overcame it, and Ravenpaw is the very first example of that we ever get. And I love him. And I love that he just gets to live a happy gay life with Barley in the barn, away from all his suffering. He deserved it. And I can't wait, like I said, for Barley to go to ambiguous cat heaven and be with Ravenpaw again. Redtail. I can't say I care about Redtail. He's okay. I hate Redtail's death. I don't consider any of that book canon because it just fucks up so much about the early ThunderClan timeline. But, we don't see much of him. He actually dies before he even gets to really be on screen, so, you know. He sure is in StarClan a lot. And that's about it. Rock. I hate Rock. He is terrible. His speech at the end of Women of the Stars just absolutely infuriates me. It's ridiculous. He tries to blame the entire concept of the Dark Forest on cats remembering people that they knew in their own life. Like, do you want everyone to just get, like, convenient amnesia? And at the same time, although I know this was not considered at all when these books were written, I don't care, we have more lore now. We know now that the Dark Forest has to exist or StarClan can't exist. So for Rock to insinuate that the Dark Forest didn't have to exist, that it was the clan's fault, he's either a dumbass or he's lying. And either way, it sucks. And in general, he's just unhelpful and unnecessarily, like, vague and rude to Jay Feather when they interact. And he's never really explained either. Like, why does this spirit cat know everything? Why? Who knows? Why is he friends with Midnight? How did he meet Midnight? Who knows? It's just a poorly explained character that does bad things, so I can't really like him. Ritspring. I love Ritspring. He is so cute. I like in the beginning arcs, or the beginning of the arc especially, where he's, like, angry. I don't like that he kind of lost that fiery personality as the books go on, and he kind of mellowed out. I don't really like it, but it's not enough to take away my enjoyment of his character. He's a silly boy. And when he kind of feels like my little son, my little man, like watching him grow up through the books is like, oh, there he goes. He's just cute. He's so cute. That's really all I have to say about Ritspring. His last few chapters in A Light in the Mist were really, really sad. I will say that. They, like, hurt my heart because he's so sad. And you can just tell. I mean, they spotted Bristle Frost. He is never in his whole entire life, even in death, going to see her again. Like, that's so sad. It's like, it makes me, like, depressed to think about. And it's surprisingly heavy for warrior cats, but I like it. Rowan Claw, I used to not like him, but now I like him because I think he's funny. He's a terrible person. Like, he's a coward. He's a terrible leader, but, like, a funny guy. I love that he's a coward and a terrible leader. Like, I feel like we should have more, like, male-fail warrior cat characters. He's just so funny. And, like, how did he end up with Tawny Pelt, the girl boss of the century? Who knows? But it's very funny. And I loved just, I don't know, I just like him. He's just silly. He's a silly guy. And he's transgender, did you know that? That's cool for him. Running Nose. I don't care about Running Nose. Running Nose has not done a single relevant thing in his entire life. But he has a visual art, so he's on here. Russet Fur. I like Russet Fur. She also has not really done much. But I like that she's mean. I like it when warrior cats have really distinct personalities. And she has one. She's very mean. And, Lion Blaze murdered her for no reason. I think that Lion Blaze murdering people for no reason is very funny in every circumstance. So, Sage Whisker. I don't like Sage Whisker because she pressures Yellowfang into becoming a medicine cat, which she doesn't want to. And, I don't like it when cats are forced to become medicine cats because it's uncomfortable. Sandstorm. I love Sandstorm. She is a girl boss and a half. She is just lovely. She is great. She could kick my ass. And she loves Firestar. And you know what? That's cute for them. And I love her in The Apprentice's Quest when she goes with Alderheart. It's just very sweet. It's like the only grandma and grandkit relationship in warrior cats that has ever really been explored. And it's cute. It's really cute. How they just love each other, really. And Sandstorm's very cool. And I like that she has, like, little personality traits, like, or I guess not personality traits, but, like, little traits, like, she's apparently a really exceptionally great hunter. Like, I like learning little character tidbits like that. I wish we had more of those for, like, modern ThunderClan. Like, I wish we knew that, like, I don't know, Hollytuft is really fast. Like, I wish we just had little things like that. Sasha! I don't really like Sasha particularly. I don't like how she kind of just abandons her children. You know, that's not really my favorite Sasha moment. But, like, at the same time, when she's in RiverClan, I like her relationship with Feathertail. And I feel bad that she was manipulated by Tiger Star. So, it's kind of like a 50-50, but kind of leaning towards the negative because still she abandoned her children, and also she, for some reason, decided to tell them that Tiger Star is great and the best, actually. Which, no. Whatever. Scourge. I love Scourge. He's our emo man. I don't really like Scourge for what he is in the books, but more how people have perceived him. Like, how he's become sort of a fandom icon with, like, Scourge and Ashford being the edgy boys. I've always loved that, and I love the whole aesthetic of, like, the spikes and the emo hair and just everything that he's kind of perceived as. So I don't really care that his role in the books was minimal. I like him for the cultural and fandom-wide icon he's become. And there's not really any reason beyond that. I just like him for that. Let's see. Shadowsight. I adore Shadowsight. He is such a cutie. I feel so horrible for him, and I really wish that he had more characterization beyond how horrible you're supposed to feel for him, because I feel like he doesn't get a lot of chance to be fleshed out before he's, like, being thrown down rocks and struck by lightning and manipulated by Ashford. But I like how he has these feelings of self-loathing and overcomes them. It's a sweet message. And I love his relationship with his family. I love how his mother and father love him. Light Leap and him being friends is cute. He doesn't really get any moments with Pound Step, but, like, I'll make that part up in my head, and then I'll tell you, Pound Step, Shadowsight, besties. I just think it's really cute that his family and him are so involved, because that doesn't really happen a lot in Warrior Cats anymore, or really ever. I can't say that happened ever if it wasn't, like, a protagonist, and, like, basically if it wasn't the three, or Ivypool and Tuvwing. You know, siblings get shoved to the side. Sparkpelt, Thriftier, Flipclaw, Needleclaw, Tawnypelt, you know the deal. So it's pretty nice to have some sibling interaction without them being a point of view character as well. And also in the Broken Code, the last book, when Lightleap wants to go to the Dark Forest, I like those little character moments for him and his family. Now he's so worried about her, sweet little boy. And I absolutely adore, like I said, my favorite moments in the Broken Code are his moments with Ashford. They just make me smile. They're so funny. And I like Shadowsight. I wish we'd gotten to see more of him being friends with Bristle Frost and Rootspring, because, like, the scene where Rootspring walks him to the moon pool is really sweet, and I just wish we got more stuff like that. But we didn't. But, you know, oh well. Sharp Claw. I don't like Sharp Claw. He sucks. He goes behind Leafstar's back all the time and is dumb, and I don't know why she didn't just fire him, because it would have been really deserved, but oh well. I don't really have much else to say about Sharp Claw. He just kind of sucks. Silverstream. I like Silverstream. She is a bitch, and it's great. She is a great cat to read about. It's just kind of funny. Especially like the broken code when she was like all, when Greystripe saw Millie. It was just really funny. Oh god, I've got a cough again. Anyway, as I was saying, it's just really funny how she's really sassy. You know, she doesn't take anybody's shit, and it's great. I really like female characters like that. You can tell. But yeah, she's a pretty cool cat. I like Silverstream. Let's see. Skywatcher. I like Skywatcher. I like SkyClan's Destiny. I know most people don't like SkyClan's Destiny, but I liked it. I think it was it was rather silly. It was fun to read about. Not much to say about specifically Skywatcher though. I kind of like the idea of Skywatcher, that he's like the last remaining remnants of SkyClan, and he's trying to rebuild it, and he waits every day for Firestar and Sandstorm. It's just interesting. Or, excuse me, I meant to say Firestar's Quest, no, SkyClan's Destiny. I like Firestar's Quest, that's the book Skywatcher's in. I do like SkyClan's Destiny, though. But anyway, I think he's okay. I think SkyClan is interesting, so I'm a little biased, but like, yeah. Smudge. I don't care about Smudge. He's kind of overrated. Smudge is there for 2 seconds, and then he's gone. And then he's in Firestar's Quest for 2 seconds, and then he's gone. Like, I really don't have anything to say to you about Smudge. I like him in Warrior Cats Animated. That's about it. Soul. I love Soul. I think he is a great villain. I think he's funny. Also, Black Star was madly in love with him. Just so you know. I think he's I think it's interesting how he comes, and he's like, he acts like he knows, like, secret forbidden knowledge, and it was all from midnight. I just like how he's such a phony, and I like how cats are so, like, weary around him, and how he has this, like, charm and libido. It's great. He's just great. I love cats who are like manipulative and have like charm to get their way. It's my favorite kind of warrior cat's villain. Sorrel Tail. I love Sorrel Tail. She is great. She is sweet. She is kind. I love her friendship with Leaffool, who totally had a crush on her, by the way, in the beginning of the new prophecy. I think they're very sweet. And I like how she's, like, kind of her bodyguard. She, like, fights off, like, Wind Clan cats for her. Leaffool definitely has a type. I'm just gonna say that. But, not much else to say about Sorrel Tail. I like her relationship with Ravenpaw. They're cuties. Spotted Leaf. I don't like Spotted Leaf. And I don't like her because she gets really, really attached to a cat much, much younger than her, and then proceeds to stalk him for his entire life. It's just really uncomfortable, and I know that you could argue that she learned it from a certain someone, but I don't think that justifies it. In fact, that just makes me feel more icky about it. So, don't really like Spotted Leaf. Definitely don't like Spotted Leaf's heart. No one likes Spotted Leaf's heart. Yeah. I don't really have much else to say about Spoiledleaf. Squirrel Flight! I love Squirrel Flight. I love everything Squirrel Flight does. She is so lovely. I love her so much. Squirrel Flight's Hope, although it was a terrible book, it just made me so happy to read about her and to see her in action. In that book, she's just lovely. She's great. She's always great, but especially in that book. Her compassion toward the sisters and her undying ambition to do what's right just makes me so happy. And even though it's hard reading through the parts where she's just so down and out about herself because of her abusive partner, it feels good when she gets back on her feet and stands her ground, and you're just so happy for her. And also, she's just a great cat. She's feisty, she's clever, she's quick-witted, she loves her children so much, even though they aren't her biological children, and she loves her biological children so much too. It's all just, she loves her sister so much. She's so caring and passionate. She's just a great cat overall, and I love her a lot. My voice is getting shaky from talking so much. I'm sorry. But I love Squirrel Flight. I love her to pieces. She is one of my all-time favorites, my second favorite. That's why I've ordered these cats and how much I like them. Actually, there we go. This one's in order of, like, my favorites. But, yeah, Squirrel Flight is absolutely wonderful, and I love her so much. Moving on to Stonefur. I like Stonefur. I don't feel very passionately about him, but I do like him. That's about it. Stoneteller, I hate Stoneteller. Stoneteller is stupid and dumb and stupid. Again, we know why he's written that way. But still, that doesn't change the fact that within the context of the books, he would rather let his people suffer than admit any sort of weakness. And, don't really look for that in a leader, so I don't really like him. Stormfur. I can't say I care about Stormfur. Like, he's an alright guy, but, like, he doesn't do much. He moves to the tribe, and we don't see him very often. So I don't really have much to say about him, because he doesn't have much of a personality either. He's just some guy. I guess that's all I can say. He's just some guy. But yeah. Tallstar. I love Tallstar. I love him so much. I think I'm gonna put him in I Really Like You. Tallstar's Revenge is, in my opinion, the most well-written Warrior Cats book. And as such, his characterization resonates with me because it's well-written for once. And I really like him. Also, he's gay. And I'm allowed to like a cat just because they're gay. Because you know what? I don't care. It's my channel. My opinions. I like him. But his relationship with Jake is genuinely very sweet. And it makes me very happy. And his, and the way he overcomes his resentment for both his father and his father's perceived murderer, watching him mature as he goes on this adventure is really, it's interesting, because a lot of journeys in Warrior Cats don't result in any sort of personal growth, and seeing him learn what he needs to learn along the way from the cat he least expected it from, it's just a very well told story, and I like him. Tawnypelt. I like Tawnypelt. I think she's cool. I think she's tough. I think I like Tawnypelt's clan a lot, where she goes to the tribe with Shadowsight. I like that she's like friendly with Dumbwing, and like that they're like besties by the end of that book. And I like that Tawnypelt, sticks up for her mate, even when he has his tail between his legs, and it's like, Tawnypelt. It's just really funny. They're a funny dynamic. And Tawnypelt is a girl boss, and she's really cool. Even all the way in the New Prophecy, she's given scraps of character, which is pretty good for the new prophecy. She's just a pretty good cat, all around. I like her scenes. I like her novella. So, pretty good. Tigerheart. I adore Tigerheart. He is one of... Actually, I'm going to move him up. He's one of my all-time favorite cats. I know a lot of people don't like him. I don't care. I love Tigerheart. He's so stupid. Tigerheart Shadow is one of my favorite Warrior Cats books because reading about it, he's so stupid. It's so funny. He's so cute. I really adore him. I think he's really silly and funny, and I don't know, something about the way that he acts is just endearing to me. Like, I think he's so charming. And, like, I understand how Devwing could fall for him, and he just adores Devwing. And it's just his kits, too. He loves his family so much. But especially Devwing, you can just tell how he would do anything for her. And it's so sweet. Because, like, I feel like a lot of the time, warrior cats, men and warrior cats don't really show affection and emotion like that. So it makes me, really, really happy to see, a guy in warrior cats who just loves his mate and his kits so much, and will say that out loud, and will act like he loves his mate and his kits so much. It's just great. He's a great guy, and also he's really stupid. I love how he just... I can't really explain it. I love how he makes bad decisions, and I love how when he's dealing with the repercussions of those decisions, he's like, how did this happen to me? It's like, oh, he's so dumb. It's just great. He's a wonderful little kitty cat, and I love him so much. Tiger Claw. I could not care less about Tiger Star. He's okay. He was a good villain. He was well written. That's about all I can say for him, though. I mean, when I was a kid, I thought he was, like, the worst. Because I was a kid and I was reading Warrior Cats. But now it's just kind of like, this is Tiger Star. He sucks. But he's well written. That's all I can say for him. Tree is one of my favorites. I love him so much. He's so weird. He's just a weird little guy. I love my weird little guy. I love cats who are weird little guys. He's silly. I really like his story with the sisters, and I think it's really sad that he was, neglected the way he was. And I like that he has that resentment for his family that, is justified, and it's kept, and it's stated, I like character drama like that. I like when cats remember things that happen to them and act accordingly. Basic character writing. I appreciate when Warrior Cats takes the time to actually do that, because sometimes they do not. But I love Tree. I think he's cute. And I love how, he becomes closer with Root Spring, and at first he's like, ew, my dad, and he's like, oh, my dad. They're cute. Twig Branch! I love Twig Branch. She is so cute. I love Twig Branch and Violet Shine a very great deal. I think they were really well written and are really underrated in the fandom. Twig Branch especially, because I think her story about how she learns her place and switches clans like a bajillion times is cute. And I like that she's the one to find SkyClan, I feel like no one really mentions the fact that Twig Branch literally brought SkyClan to the lake. She did that all by herself. So, shout out to Twig Branch. Yeah, I like her. She's very cute and sweet. I really wish she would divorce Finley, but I really don't like him. I don't think anyone likes him at this point except for Twig Branch. And also I like her name. People are so mean about her name. Although I will say I really wish that they had been named Twig Shine and Violet Shade. But, Twig Branch is not bad. Twig Branch is cute. Speaking of them, Violet Shine. I love Violet Shine. I really like her whole thing with, being traumatized. I talked about this earlier, but I just love how she grew up in such a horrible environment, and you can tell. She is so, she's just not used to being in a stable, happy environment. And that's why it makes me really happy that she found her place in SkyClan, you know, with her family. And Tree. I love her and Tree. They're so cute. She makes me happy to think about. And, I'm proud of her. Willowshine! I really like Willowshine. She is such a cutie. I love her and Mothwing. I love her. I was really, really sad when she died. Like, seriously sad. Like, I didn't see it coming at all, and I was just horrified that he would do that to my girl. But I do think she's a cutie. I love her a lot. I really like her friendship with Hollyleaf as they grow up, and Hollypaw, like, when she gets held prisoner in RiverClan, and Willowpaw is, like, just being her bestie. It's just cute. Also, they totally had crushes on each other. Because of course they did. Have you read how they interacted? They were so gay. Yellowfang. I really like Yellowfang. I like how she's written. I like her personality. I don't like her in StarClan, but we will ignore that because I really love how she is in life. You know, her scenes with Fireheart are always enjoyable, and her death scene with Fireheart is just horribly depressing. It's so sad. What she went through with Ragged Star and Broken Star, and her curse and Sage Whisker, all of it was just really sad. Yellowfang's Secret is a really sad book. It makes you feel really bad for Yellowfang. Because again, there was literally zero reason for her to have the power that she did. Besides, for her to suffer, like, there was seriously no other side effect from it. It didn't save anyone. It didn't cause anything. It just made Yellowfang miserable. So, pretty depressing read. But Yellowfang as a person is very, she's very good. I really like her. Daisy. I really like Daisy. I think she's cute. I like her thing with Cloudtail and Brightheart. I think they should all be in a polycule because I said so. And I love how much she loves her kits, and it's really sad to read about in her novella when Mouse Whisker is the only cat she has left. You know, it's really sad. She outlived almost all of her children and her second mate. Like, that's really depressing, but she's still going strong, and we love it for her. Alright, who's next? Fire Fern. I like Fire Fern. I like all of the, Warrior Clan cats. I love Warrior Clan as a concept, so I'm probably going to put all of them in I Like You, because they're all so cute. Harry Brook, I don't care about Harry Brook. Harry Brook has not done anything important in his life. Spotfur, I love Spotfur. She is so interesting. I hope we get to see more of her in the next series when we get Flamepaw's point of view. You know, maybe he can just play with her kits or something, I don't know. But I really like Spotfur. I really like her characterization throughout the Broken Cone and how she's so sad about Stemleaf. Especially compared to Bristle Frost, who is not sad at all. It's refreshing. But yeah, she's pretty cute. I like her. Stormheart. I don't recognize Stormheart. Luna. Ashfoot. Is that what Ashfoot looks like? Okay. I like Ashfoot. I don't have very particular feelings about Ashfoot. She's just Ashfoot. Crowfeather's mom. Deputy, I think. So, cool for her. Birchfall. I don't really care about Birchfall. He's Birchfall. He is the first cat to be made a warrior, I think. Oh, no, that's Squirrelflight. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I like him in Whitewing. I like that Whitewing, like, what was it? She, like, held back her ceremony because she didn't want to leave Birchpaw, the only apprentice, excuse me. That's cute. I liked that. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. Ferncloud. I like Ferncloud. She is very sweet. And I like her and Feathertail's little interaction. They totally had crushes on each other because I said so. That's really all I have to say about Ferncloud. Oakheart. I don't like Oakheart just because he's annoying. I don't know why Blue Star liked him. Jake. I love Jake. I'm gonna put Jake with Tallstar. I love Jake. He is charismatic and silly and fun, and I like him, and I want to read about him forever. He should have a point of view book. Just like detailing all his adventures with clan cats, because he has quite a few. And maybe it could end with him meeting Nutmeg. You know, that'd be sweet. Because he's a bisexual king. Alright. Midnight. I don't really care about Midnight. I don't really have much of a opinion on her either way. She's Midnight. I mean, she was kind of like cool and mystical in the new prophecy, but every time she appears, she just gets less and less interesting, in my opinion. So, yeah. Sleek Whisker. I love Sleek Whisker a lot. I think she's a very interesting villain. I really, really want them to do something with her, even if it's like, they don't have to bring her back. Maybe just like something in her perspective would be interesting. But I just really like her. And we need more female villains, so it was nice to have her. So that's a great depiction of her. That's like how I picture her, so. I don't know what that's from. It's probably like another language of cover, but it's cool. Let's see. We're getting to the end. Velvet. I really like Velvet. I always have. I don't know why. She's just so cute. Her and Fuzzball both are just absolute cuties. I love them. I hope this is Velvet as in River of Fire and not the one from SkyClan's Destiny that's like Styx's ex-girlfriend. I'm gonna assume it's the one from A Vision of Shadows, so she's cute. I love her. White Storm. I can't say I care about White Storm. He's White Storm. He's okay. I like him. Big Teeth. Where is I like you? There it is. I'm gonna put all of them in there because I feel that way about all of them. Big Teeth, Bug Eater, Monkey Star. I can't read that one. Oh, it's Ferncloud a second time. Okay. Is that all of them? Okay, Gremlin and Petunia get to go, and I really like you because I really like them both a lot. Gremlin, I just think she's so cute. I love when she's in ThunderClan, and I just love everything about it. I really wish she had stayed in ThunderClan. I want to know what that would have been like, but obviously I know they can't retcon that one in. They've already retconned enough in. And Petunia was just a sweetheart. It was really sad to read about how attached she was to the two-leg, and the manga at the end about her going to the house and then going to see StarClan is just very, very sweet. And I really liked that portion of the book. I really liked Greystripe's vow in general, but not because of Greystripe, because of Warrior Clan. They really made that book. I guess Black Claw is the last cat, and I know it's kind of boring, but I don't really care about Black Claw. And I guess that's my tier list. Again, I'm sorry that Dawn of the Clans is not on there, but I don't want to make opinions on them until I read it, so. But yeah, that's my warrior cats opinions. My favorite cats, as you can see, are Mothwing, Sorrel Tail, Ashford, Bristle Frost, Tigerheart, Jay Feather, Hollyleaf, and Doubling. And that's about it. If you listen this far, wow, you're a real one. I hope you enjoyed. And tell me in the comments what your favorite warrior cats are.